Hello, everyone. You probably know this, but I'll repeat it again. Almost 40% of the world's food production goes to waste. And one-third of that, almost one-third of that, is due to the lack of a cold chain. So often people with no access to modern refrigeration systems are dependent on using ice to cool their products. Now, I just had a chance to spend time with Isabel and trying to understand the enormous innovation that comes out of her company, NanoFreeze. Isabel and her team at NanoFreeze have created something called the bio-nanotechnology that provides an alternative to natural refrigeration. It's pretty complicated, so I'm not going to try to explain it, but I'm sure Isabel will explain it much better to you. They use proteins to freeze a higher temperature and to create a more resilient ice. Their ice will take twice as long as regular ice to melt. Think about the energy saving in just that. Is this magic? Well, you can judge for yourself. So over to you, Isabel.
All of us rely on refrigeration, whether to preserve our foods, medicines, or even just to drink a cold beer. But what we don't realize is that refrigeration is warming our planet a lot. Refrigeration is the second most polluting industry in the world because it is responsible for 17% of the world's energy demand, which represents 10% of the total greenhouse gas emissions. How much is that? It will be required more than the half of the Amazon rainforest to process this carbon. And it doesn't end there. Have you ever thought what it takes to bring a vaccine to remote areas? It requires refrigeration and therefore access to electricity. I was born in Colombia, where 32% of the population is rural, and they don't have access to electricity, so they don't have access to refrigeration. And this brings a lot of challenges. So for example, in the lack of health and well-being, but also for food preservation, because if they decide to kill a chicken, they have to eat it all the same day. Otherwise, it would rot the next day. When I was a university student, I decided to dedicate my life to biodesign, which mixes biotechnology with design, in order to resolve the challenges that my country and the world is facing today. And that's how my journey as an entrepreneur started. With my co-founder, we started a research where we found a bacteria, a magic microorganism, that was able to freeze water. And that's how we created NanoFreeze, which is a new way to refrigerate naturally. We built the most efficient ice nucleator that has been reported to the date by using bacteria enzymes. Today, we can freeze at higher temperatures. Thank you. So this ice nucleator is capable of freezing at higher temperatures and double water-specific heat, meaning that we can last twice times longer than any coolant or ice that you can find. And all of this while being sustainable, because our coolant can be disposed as plant fertilizer. So based on this innovative technology, we have created products for cold supply chain. But this technology has endless applications, both for air conditioners, ships, and more. But today, I will introduce you to the 3 most outstanding solutions that we have created that can revolutionize refrigeration into a more sustainable one. So the first product that I want to talk about are the NanoFreeze coolers. These coolers were done to transport medicines, vaccines, and foods during long journeys. These coolers have the cold chain durability up to 200 hours without recurrent energy consumption, which means that a health worker will be able to reach the most remote places in the world, avoiding any other day due to preventable diseases. So the second product that I want to talk about are the NanoFreeze cold coats. These cold coats were done to reduce food waste during transportation during expert journeys. These cold coats have the capability to last up to 49 hours without any insulation, which means that we don't require any more styrofoam for perishable transportation. After 4 months of implementing these cold coats on experts, we have reduced more than $100,000 in food waste attributed to them. So now, the next product that I want to talk about are the nano-freeze panels. This is our most recent invention. The nano-freeze panels were done to reduce energy consumption by 44% on commercial refrigerators. We created a unique structure to hold our bio-nanotechnology coolant in the refrigerator walls. And in this way, we can elongate the off periods of a refrigerator while reducing the on ones. So our refrigerator will pass of consuming 10 hours a day to consuming 5 hours a day. And this, thank you. And this will have an immediate impact on reducing the carbon footprint of each refrigerator. So if we could scale up this solution in 40,000 refrigerators only in one country, we will be able to reduce by 13,000 tons the carbon dioxide per year attributed to refrigeration. So it is a huge impact. And my mission is to cool the planet. And today I want to accomplish this with the right partners. And the message that I want to give today is that investing in sustainability, it can be affordable and it can give fast returns. Because in nano-freeze we have proved that. So most of the answers that we seek to resolve environmental challenges can be found in the nature, in magical microorganisms, in plants, as is the case of nano-freeze nanotechnology. And I invite you all, the refrigeration users, to join us in this mission. Thank you so much.
Wow. Wow. Don't you love the ideas shared here? It's so exciting. It is my great honor and privilege to introduce